Hello there, my name is Vex and I would like to record a game of Tharsis. Most of all because everyone says it's way too difficult, and I just think that very few people actually have an idea of what to do. Because there's a lot of dice and a lot of strategy involved actually in making the right decisions to minimize the impact of bad things. Also, I would like to force myself to actually play through the game and not quit because I'm getting horrible events. So let's see how this goes. My personal mission is to get the commander, to make sure the commander lands safely, because I would like to see what unlocks if I manage to have every single character land safely at least once. You see, so far only the captain has managed to get a few. Since I can only start with 4 people, I need to deselect one of them. I don't like the specialist. The specialist gets to reroll things more often than anyone else, so has a higher chance of getting the successes you need. However, she also has the chance of triggering the bad events, the bad dice during these events much more often, and I just don't like it. The mechanic and the doctor are way too useful. The captain is, I believe, a must-have. So the commander is. The commander has a very nice special ability which allows me to use any dice to repair 4 points of damage. So that's pretty nice. We are keeping this in normal and skip the tutorial for now. So
we have prepared for any disaster, for every disaster.
Let's see
Not all of them at once.
what's happening and how the starting
We
block
can't
looks like.
turn back, but how can we go on?
Alright, the new goal is to survive. Let's see, oh, these are pretty sucky events. However, I do start actually with a lot of dice, so that's pretty neat. And one of them is in the Life Ops module. That's cool. So first of all, I see that the doctor has very limited dice. We only start with 1 food here, so food is not going to be enough to generate dice at the first time. So the doctor goes to the life module. I would have sent her to the life module even if there hadn't been anything going on here, and I will roll the 1 die and just put it in here to regain some die for the next turn. Perfect, it's 1. Can't really use this in good consciousness to repair this anyway, so boom, and we have 3 dice for the next turn. So next is the mechanic, who's actually going to attempt to fix this. Now we're going to start with the commander to fix this little thing, and yeah. Alright, so this sucks a little bit, but not to worry, because first of all we're going to get more dice, and then we can use, well, that's 5, it's 4, and since I get to repair 4 of them, that's this one done, which is good. Minus health at the very beginning is pretty nasty. We do have very nasty a very nasty error down here, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to fix this at the moment. We will, however, try, so because 2 points of damage if our ship is only at 3 hull points is not a good idea. So let's see how far the mechanic can go. Ooh, that's pretty nice. So we are starting well. Alright. That's actually not bad. Because now I only have 5 points left, and the captain has 2 dice. Maybe if I get lucky I can repair both the arrow, which would be my priority at the moment because of my hit points, and generate a new die for the mechanic and the captain himself. That didn't work out. Let's see what happens with the 1. Roll it. Alright, so not good enough to generate a die, but at least we can fix the main issue here. Alright, so everything's fixed, and we have a couple of more die than before.
Turning sour. The crew's and my own.
Yeah, After this start, my mood turns sour as well.
We're all dead. I need to get it together.
Alright, choice. -2 ship is not a good idea. -1 health is not a good idea either, and to be honest, I will rather take the 2 health for all the crew and concentrate on fixing the ship this turn. So we're going to have 1 hit point left. This is going to be interesting. Right, 1 food. The captain needs a food because he needs to be able to generate the dice for the rest of the crew. Yeah. That's not so bad, actually. So all of our people have pretty good health thanks to the event. And this is a rather simple thing to fix. So the captain will try to fix this. Let's fix the issue first so we can get rid of the void die, and then yeah, that was pretty pointless. Reroll, at least we can get started on the research here. We do have nothing really helpful, although this is really, really powerful. The disaster reduce has saved my butt quite a few times. Yeah, so we're wasting the 1, which is a shame. Alright, so the commander starts fixing this. Maybe he managed this, so I can use the other 2 to do something sensible, like farming for food. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah, we can take the 1 injury. So that's 12. Perfect. This gets turned into his special ability. And yeah, we better start repairing the ship. So, sending the mechanic over. That doesn't help at all. Let's reroll them. Alright, so we can't get one of these, unfortunately, at least not with the mechanic. But we start, we repair a point of ship because of a special ability, and we get started on our research. Since he's only down to 2 dice, which is not as good, so we might as well give him another dice for the next turn. Having a repair arm should allow us to repair the ship much faster. Right, good doctor. Let's see if you can roll a 5. Perfect, there's 1. That's another 2 points of ships. And you get another 1. Yay! Could restore the health of everyone, but however, the ship health at the moment is slightly more important. The 4 goes to waste because the 4, unfortunately, here is already blocked. So, let's see.
I let my fear get the better of me, but the others have proven me wrong. I'm proud of how the crew has come together.
Yeah, they're doing quite nicely right now.
I think we might actually have a chance.
We'll see about that. Ooh, good thing everyone is on good health, so because a die for all crews, which every one of them can use, will be really useful in this situation. Bam. Yeah, we don't have any food, but right now we don't need any. That is not very pretty. So we can ignore the -1 food at the moment because we don't have any food. It doesn't matter if we lose food. The system fail we can ignore as well, because it also only means that we can't use this module until this is fixed. However, the -2 to health is rather unpleasant. So we're going to start with sending the captain over there. We will have to cross through 1 module there, take a hit point, but since we're going to fix this one, I hope, shouldn't be too bad. Also, we have the doctor in place, so she can heal this up. Very good. Well, remotely good. So, first of all, we can restore a die to the mechanic and the doctor and start on the repairs. there's an injury die, which, if I roll 2 4s, this would kill my commander. I don't want my commander to be killed, so let's start with the doctor and hope she can cure something. Well, she didn't. Let's try this again. Whoops. Nope. Reroll. Yes. There we go. Now my commander has 3 hit points, which should be enough. Still risky though. You know, I'm going to do this with the mechanic. Because I might see... Well, see? That... Yeah, well... That sucks. So I have to do this with the commander now. Void is one of the nastiest rolls I can have. And he doesn't take any damage, which is good. So this is 3 points. This is 4 points. And we can repair 2 more points in the ship. And finish this. So no harm done to crew our ship.
Looks grim. We lost more than half our supplies with the module. If we don't find some creative solutions, we'll starve before we ever reach
So
Mars.
this is what I mean. I haven't spent a single point of food yet, apart from the one I started with. I haven't grown any. Still, I'm looking pretty good with dice. And one of the reasons for this is keeping the stress level low. So this is really important, because this means that you get actually some cool events. Minus 50 for these two, plus and this is a good net. So the food, we're going to lose the food next round anyway, due to not being able to properly fix the food, the food disaster there. And our ship is healthy enough to take the 2 hit points quite nicely at the moment. Yeah, so no. Nope. Isn't worth it. Because cannibalism also increases the stress of your crew significantly. Okay, 2 pretty bad events, because 4 hit points of damage is very unpleasant. The void dice up there is very nasty as well. But however, at least we can't get injured. So let's start by having the captain repair here and provide some dice for everyone else. So let's see if we roll a double. No, we don't. Okay. We'll see if we can use this later. For now, we are going to send the commander up here to fix the ABS fail. Maybe provide us with a few assists. That looks pretty good. So... the one repairs this. We are going to grab a few more assists, which we're going to need for the injury dice down there. And we upgrading our research. We actually might cash this in right now, because you know he can't. Yeah, well, let's do this before anything else bad happens. He's back at full health. So the issue is we need to have this this fixed for the stress level. We're going to take a point of damage by passing the damage system over there, and there's an injury die, but the mechanic is full of health, and I believe in him that he's not going to roll a lot of 5s. Yeah, well, look at me, and we have this fixed. Let's see if we can actually reduce the stress down to 0, basically. Or fix the ship. Nope, not going to happen either, but we can upgrade our research. Now I have the doctor. She actually doesn't have anything to do, so she might as well try to heal herself and the captain and generate a few more research die and hit. Trying to repair the ship. There we go. This works. This works. And there we go. And we'll see if we can roll something more useful for research here. Or another point of ship repair. There we go. So this is going to be relatively smooth. Definitely helps that these two catastrophes aren't really doing any harm at the moment. But it definitely helps that my stress level is relatively low, and I have enough die across all crew at the moment to deal with the more dangerous tasks.
Or is the message coming from someone else?
No, we don't need that stress. That losing die. Oh Jesus, yeah. These are two pretty bad choices. Because -2 dice sucks. So to be honest, I'd rather take the 20% stress for all the crew, even though our ship is actually in full shape. Yeah. Alright. So, the captain's going to try to repair this and reinstate a die on the doctor. Perfect. Thankfully I still had a lot of assists up here. So, this takes care of the event, and this restores a die. And since we're not going to repair with anyone else in here, we might as well push our research. The commander is going to start working on these 24. He's probably not going to make it on his own. So the doctor, should he take an injury die, the doctor will come up and try to heal them both and finish where he started. Yay. That is not a good start. We are going to use this die over here. So a 4 is better than average, so we're going to use a 4 and just see what we can get for the other two. That didn't help. So 2 goes here, and for the 1 we're going to repair 4 points, leaving 11. Unless the doctor rolls as disastrously as the commander just did, we should be able to fix this damage this turn, keeping the ship at full health. That's enough. So how will we do this? Well, can't do anything with these anyway, because even the research project is full. So I could try to roll a 6 and a 5, but to be honest, that's a little bit too risky. Let's rather finish the event. Alright, so this leaves the mechanic to do whatever he wants. So we might actually start repairing repairing the life support here, because it's right in the middle and we're going to have to pass through this all the time. He doesn't get very far with this. Yeah, there's no point in using his ability. I can't use the life support module at the moment until this is fixed, so we're going to use a 5 and see what we can get with the other ones. Yeah. It's a 6. We can use the 1 for the research, and the 2 generates 2 more dice, leaving it at very nearly full health and full dice for the next round. This is going along very nicely. I probably shouldn't have said that, though.
For the Ectomi. Nobody has them but us. So who are they? And where did they get them?
Mysterious. Let's see what we have here. -20% stress. Yeah, she's really stressed, so that's not bad. That's not bad either, to be honest, but we don't actually need the food, because, you know, the food gets 3 dice, and let's just reduce its stress level here. Yeah, no need to feed you people yet. This isn't very good. However, we are very close to finishing this one. Yeah, just one more die that we need. Then we're going to send one of them over and just fix it without rolling any die. So how do we do this? The captain takes a point of damage by leaving his damage module, goes up here and helps them, fills up the die, and helps them repair this up here. Electric vacuum valve broken. He does need to have a slightly better roll than this, though. I'm just going to see what we can come up with. There we go. Perfect. So, this is a 6 we need for the die, this is a 5 we need for the research, and then we can help the crew to start the repair on this. Everyone's damaged, so let's go with the doctor here. See if she can fix the people up. So that's 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so we just 14. Gee, man, this was cruel here. So let's just repair this. Could have rolled again to see if you can do something here, but to be honest, there wasn't really point to risking it. It's not like they're in critical health at the moment, so that wouldn't be as necessary. So now I'm free, somewhat free. So we need to fix this -2 health, because -2 health would mean in two turns the captain is going to be dead, and we want to be prepared for whatever else comes next. So this is a really nasty error with a lot of potential issues. We are just going to repair this. Now we can roll a bit. Use up these rolls. So one of them repairs the 1 point of ship we left, and the other just going to use up research, fill up research again. Especially this one is really nice as well. We don't really need this anymore. Could have used this before, but we're not going to pass through any more dangers this turn. In fact, I think the commander should start. This is going to be really difficult again, and not much point trying to do this alone. Though we might start to prepare for next turn. I was just going to say we might start fixing the food issue, but we don't really need food at the moment. So let's get a head start on fixing this. Taking point of injury, that's fine. This is a pretty good head start. We'll take a bit of damage to the ship's hull. She's in very good shape.
See of this video, the more it scares the shit out of me. Who are they? What's going on here? What have we gotten ourselves into?
What indeed? Alright, so -20% stress for all crew. That's pretty good. Food and minus health? No, we take this. We can afford damaging the ship a bit. Right, people are in pretty good position, so we can finish the repairs here with our commander. Should be able to do this on his own. And he is. And even better, he gets to finish the repair and repair the ship a bit. So, we're not really in a critical position. The captain is going to start, or I'm tempted to put the mechanic... Yeah, actually, let's do this. I'm going to take 2 points of damage, but there's the doctor, so it should even out to 1 point of damage. So So the mechanic starts working his magic. That's a lot of damage die. I am going to feel a lot more secure with some assists, so which will negate these. Let's see if we can do better than this. Well, we can use up the assists we generated. That's fine. Time for the doctor to do something, to do some doctoring. Actually, the captain should have enough hit points. It's possible he's going to die. You know what? We're talking about risk management here, right? We're not talking about gung-ho things. We're going to take the safe and secure approach to see that this game is actually beatable, at least without taking any major risks. So we're going to start with the doctor here and see if we can fix up the captain before sending him to a suicide mission. Yeah, that's we don't take any of these roles. It's not really better, is it? Could just repair the module here, but you know what? There we go. We're going to risk the captain doing this after all. I wish we had an assist left. But we are safe. Perfect. So this is fixed and we can see if we can generate more die. We can't. Well, that's too bad actually, because that means that we are a bit low on die for the next turns. This is a point we start wanting to look into cannibalism.
Those people, are they us? What's happening to them? Are we seeing ourselves? Oh, that's insane. What's happening to us?
-40 stress is really nice. -1 die is really, really bad. So I'm going to get some stress, unfortunately, through the cannibalism acts I'm going to perform. Well, not really a dear choice either, but +1 health is pretty good considering the mechanic and the captain are a bit low. So he's stressed anyway. Might as well. Kayla is stressed, so she can't really get stressed anymore. The same's true for my commander, but these two, let's save the last juicy bit of meat for something else. Alright. So, they're not too bad either. And we are, but this one's really, really unpleasant. So our goal is, priority is to fix this one because it's in the way, the SPDA damage, then go for the dice, and then finally, if we can still have the points left, we can just send one person in here and just have him repair the module automatically. This is where Pilot could come in really, really useful. Who's a character class who just doesn't take any damage from bypassing these things. So, how do we do this? We are going to start with a commander who has the best chance of fixing this in one go. Yeah, nice bloody die. That's actually enough to fix this in one go. Thanks to the commander. And he didn't even do the die. Not the best of rolls, but we had everything in place to make this happen. So next up is the mechanic, who has 3 dice, which should be enough to fix the life support, and maybe if you're lucky, we can generate a few more die for next turn. are not lucky. Well, we might. So this goes here, this goes there, and then we see if we can roll a 4 or higher. We can't, but at least we get another die for next turn. This is a bit unfortunate, because it means the Doctor, because we need to get rid of this one really badly, the Doctor and the Captain are going to take a bit of damage. Oh, this is very nice. Not only can I fix the issue here, I can also reduce her stress level. And then see if we can roll a 6 or a 5 to do something sensible with that. Well, not going to happen, but first figure. Okay, now that the Captain is a bit stressed as well. So we're just going to fix the PFCS error in here. With 3 dice, he's not going to be able to take this challenge. We are going to tackle this next. Oops, over here. We're going to tackle this next turn. So he fixes the issue. He generates a die for himself, and we're at 6 research. Perfect. Minus 1 health. He is a bit unpleasant.
None of this makes any sense. It keeps changing.
He's still in pretty good shape.
Real? Is this something that's happening now, or something that's going to happen? Can we stop it? And if so, how?
Yeah, so we're not going to take the minus 1 dice for all crew. Minus 1 health for all crew. This would bring the mechanic into a very, very dangerous part. No, plus 1 health to us and minus 1 ship. The ship is still in not pristine condition anymore, but we're getting close. All right, no need to turn to cannibalism right now. That's going to be tricky. Alright, so first of all we're going to fix the broken MTDB. The ship can take the damage, especially if we head there next turn and fix everything, but really want to get rid of this minus 1 health to everyone. So the mechanic is going to try. Maybe this works already, otherwise I'm going to have the Captain help him. Yeah. So that's not very pretty. Eight, 13. Yeah, well, just going to have to hope we're not going to roll another double 1. But what are the chances of this? Pretty close. Alright, so the Captain is going to survive this, definitely. But this is pretty nice. So he gets to repair it, and he's going to be back at full dice next turn. So the mechanic is down to 1 hit point. I could either send in the Doctor up there, which would be feasible, but we really need to get this fixed. And I am going to take 2 points of damage moving here with the Doctor. With an injury dice, it's not good. Because I get to fix this automatically with a card, so that's pretty cool. I'm thinking of how to do this with the Commander. The Commander is going to generate... No, that doesn't make any sense, because next turn I'm getting another one. So but starting here is really dangerous with 2 injury dice without any assists left. sure to do this. Oh, actually, yes, I am. So I'm going to send the commander over here, deploying him here. He takes a bit of damage, which is fine. He auto-repairs the module. Then he's going to generate movement and some research. Not many die for him, unfortunately, so maybe he has to take a bite of the meat next turn. But it does mean that I can send the doctor into the med bay and fill up her missing. Do you do this? No, I don't. I'm going to send her to generate some assists up here. And hopefully kill herself. So that's currently neither. Let's try this again. That didn't work out. So let's see what we can do here. The way research cards work is that they remove the die from left to right. Since I have a 1 and a 3, which I can't use anywhere else, I might as well use the quick patch here, which removes the 1 and the 3, and then fill it up again. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Not as efficient as I was hoping for, but
We've almost made it.
maybe down on last turn.
All we've been through, there's no turning back. It's a suicide mission.
Yes, it is. So, as I said, my personal goal was to get the commander home safe. So this is the only thing that really matters. So this is what happens when people are getting really stressed. They're going on suicide runs. He only has 5 health, even if it would be at full health. So he'd pretty much kill himself. So there's 1 health for the very random mechanic, -1 ship. And for the last turn we're actually going to need the ship hit points very much, because we need to ensure the ship survives this turn. So the -1 die is going to hurt, but at least the captain's still full. Alright, so we need to keep the ship intact at all costs, which means that Kayla, our doctor, gets to have a little bit more meal. So she has more dice to fix whatever's happening here. The commander is already up there. This actually looks very doable. I can just use the repair arm. And which means the ship survives, and if I can generate another 3 points of research, which I should be able to do, I can even get the mechanic home. Let's do this. So, the captain moves here, takes a bit of damage, hopefully he doesn't kill himself. There we go. Oh, this is even easier. So no one's going to take any damage this turn, and we're just going to fill up on research dice because they generate a couple of extra points. So the mechanic. Oh, I have to roll die, don't I? Oh, I don't want to roll any die, to be honest. Well, so that means the doctor and the commander have to try and fix this error for us, because my mechanic is down to his last hit point, so any 5 he rolls kills him instantly. So I don't think this is going to be enough, even with an amazing commander and his 2 super dice, to fix this issue, which is a shame. Come on, take some more injury. Alright, so 4 die, and probably going to die, but at least it means I get 3 people on to Mars. No! Not only that, he also fixes the issue. That's pretty cool. Good man. So, yeah, we're just going to generate another point of fuel. It's just for endpoints. And let me finish this. Take a bit of damage for the ship, but it's not enough to do any major harm.
I thought we'd never make it. Times I doubted it would even be here if we did. But there it is at last. Mars.
And there we go. Welcome
It's
to
time
Mars.
to learn the truth.
Thanks for watching. I'm really glad this actually turned out to be okay. Even if I had to resort to cannibalism. This is not going to be my best score I ever did, but at least we managed to get all 4 people back alive.
Mission accomplished. Do not expect survivors.
That's a very ominous ending. It makes slightly more sense when you finish it with 3 people. That was 4, but only slightly. I'm still not quite sure what's going on there. I'm hoping for a big reveal once I manage to get everyone on the planet. And I just unlocked a new character class, which is really cool. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful to you. Maybe see you soon.